Welcome to Raising Reina. Today you are going to see me flying solo with a baby, with Reina who is 6 months old, and everything I've taken with me. So I've got a backpack on just so that my hands are free, and obviously we've got the little stroller there. I have my bags, her like nappy bag strapped onto the back and the sling in the bottom. So let's see how this goes on this solo adventure with Reina.
Thank you very much, everyone. Enjoy.
Okay, so because we are flying out from London Gatwick, we parked at the Long Stay North car park, so it's got really good like bus shuttle transfer. But we're actually flying out of the South terminal, so I am having to get the little monorail thing from the North terminal over to the South, and I'll show you how you do that. To the first floor in the North terminal, and you follow the signs for train station and South terminal, and you'll come to this area, and this is the little monorail over to the South terminal. You get to go through the family security, which is just right next to normal. So today is so incredibly busy at Gatwick that they actually told me at the family security it would be quicker to go through the regular security. So that's what I'm doing. I'm queuing up at the moment. It is absolutely rammed. It's a baby changing facilities in the South terminal once you are airside. It's actually a nice big room, and I guess maybe that's a chair if you wanted to feed in here as well, but you probably would want to hog the room. But yeah, that's the setup. That's just landed in Faro now. We're just on the little bus from the plane to the airport. In Faro Airport there is a priority queue when you first arrive for families as well, so I've just hopped into that one and I've managed to get in it quite quickly, so hopefully it won't be too long to get through security. There's some new rules I think for the EU where you have to like scan your face and stuff, so I'll see. Apparently it's making the time to get through security a bit longer, so we'll see how that affects things today as well. At the airport you're looking for the oversized baggage area, and that is where all the prams are left, and you just have to go and look for your pram. Luggage wise, I went for this backpack like from my backpacking days so that I can just shove it on and have my hands free. And then we've obviously got Reina's pram, and then I've got Reina's changing bag as my hand luggage, and then through security, once I was through security at Gatwick, I bought stuff in boots, which I'll explain to you in a bit, and it doesn't count as your cabin baggage, so that's a bit of a result. I booked myself a private transfer that included a car seat, so apparently they should be waiting for me, so I'm just gonna have a look around, see if I can find someone with my name on it. Okay, so I'm coming out now, and there seems to be like a lot of people stood around, so hopefully one of these guys has my name on it. Here we go, Lisa Carson! Just arrived, we're in the apartment now. It's really nice and big here. The weather's lovely. We're going to have something to eat. Well, Reina's going to have something to eat, and then we're going to head down to the pools. Let me show you my feeding setup for Reina. She is 6 months now, and I've recently started supplementing her breast milk with formula, so I'm going to wean down on the old pumping, because I've just had enough of it really. So because of that, I've had to change my setup. What I was doing was expressing milk, keeping it in the fridge and then reheating it. If anyone is doing that and going away, I also have a review on the Tommy Tippy Go Prep, so you could go check that out. It's on my channel under playlists, and that's what I was using when I was out and about, when I was just exclusively using breast milk. So refer back to that if that's what you are going to do when you're away. But for anyone who is exclusively using formula, or like myself doing a bit of both, like a bit of breast milk and formula, I'll show you my setup for this holiday and explain how it all works. Okay, so feeding wise, I've got the Rapid Cool Newbie, which you may have heard of. It's like an NHS approved one. And what you get in the pack is a normal hot water thermos, and then this Newbie Rapid Cool, and then these two little pots. Now these little pots are where you put your formula in, and I'll show you how to work those. The little pots, you can get about 7 ounces of formula in these. So yeah, if your baby's on more than that, you might struggle. And how they work is they open up like this. So they've got 2 kind of lids, and you compress the formula down with that lid there, and then you pour them out with this hole. If you open it up completely and just pour it in this way, the formula goes everywhere. So it is good to use it like that, and then this little lid obviously just goes on top for transportation. I found these a bit tricky to use because I have Reina's on quite a bit of formula because she's a bit older. It was like crammed in, so it's probably fine if your baby is younger, or you might just be better at using it than me. But I actually didn't take these with me and just took a separate tub, which is actually a coffee tub. I'll show you. So some of you might recognise these. It's just like a little coffee tub that I could clean out, get all the coffee out, and then I just put my formula and the spoon inside there. So that might work for some of you guys as well. And then I'm just like careful to make sure I put the lid back on. I will show you how the Rapid Cool works. I found it to be really good, but basically you put the formula in, you put the boiling water in to sterilise the formula as you normally would, and then this rapidly cools it down to a drinkable temperature. That's the long and short of it, but I will show you how you use it. What you need is obviously your bottle, your formula, the Rapid Cool. I am supplementing the milk with breast milk, but you don't need that. It depends what you are doing. And you either would have just boiling water out of the kettle, or if you're out and about, it comes with the Newbie thermos, so your boiling water would be in here. So I'll show you what you do. So inside the Rapid Cool, you can see there are numbers on the inside. You can kind of see them there. It is kind of tricky to see, but that's your ounces on the inside. So what you do now is you take your formula, just pour it directly into the Rapid Cool, however much you require. You then pour from either directly from the kettle or from your thermos the boiling water into the Rapid Cool, and this sterilises the formula, and then the Rapid Cool cools the boiling water down to the correct temperature. You need to put the Rapid Cool lid on, and you'll see there's a little button there that you just press, and the Newbie light comes on. But when it's too hot, you'll see the Newbie shows like a yellow light. That it's at the correct temperature, you'll see it has gone green. And that means your milk is ready to pour out. Now you just pour directly from your Rapid Cool into your sterilised bottle, and then you're good to go. I mixed some breast milk in with it, but obviously you don't need to do that. Depends on what you are doing. Breastfeeding, I mostly used the Medela Spectra pump, which I found to be really good. I'm actually going to do a review on my breast pump, but I bought a cheaper breast pump on Amazon just to compare, and it's much smaller, and I've actually brought that away with me purely because I don't want to carry loads of stuff, and the Medela Spectra is quite a bit bigger. So I'll show you what I've used, and then again, if you want to know about the Medela one, I will put a review on my playlist of both, and I'm actually going to do like a comparison video because both have their good points. This is the Newly breast pump, and as you can see, the reason I'm taking it is it comes in such a small bag. Like it really does pack small. And I'll show you what's inside. In your bag, you've got the little breast pumps themselves in here, And in your little side bit here, you've got your charging cable, and here you've got your phalanges that you use, and you can also shove breast milk bags in there. So it does pack pretty small, which is why I decided to take this on holiday instead of the Modella. What I've been doing on this holiday in Portugal, and it's worked completely fine for me. The good thing is the thermos does, like, it has about 16 ounces in it, so that's a good couple of feeds for most children. And when you're out and about, you can always just ask if you're in a bar or a restaurant for boiling water, and my experience in Portugal was that they accommodated you straight away, so I'm guessing they must get that quite a lot. Yeah, any questions on that, pop it in the comments, but that's what I've been doing for feeding. I mentioned to some of you that there was like a bit of a travel hack on your luggage. So what it is, I didn't want to carry, I was wanting to carry as few things as possible since I was traveling solo. So I carried the backpack, and then had Reina's pram right up to the gate, and then I also had her nappy bag like underneath the pram. Now, what I did was I checked in the backpack, so my big case basically, which obviously freed up my back. And then I still had the pram with her nappy bag in it, which was going to be my hand luggage. Once you're through security, you can buy like a bag of shopping and it doesn't count as your hand luggage, which is really good. So what I did was I went to Boots, bought like a bag, bought a bag for life. And in there I bought a thing of formula, swim nappies and regular nappies and wipes. And it just meant that I didn't have to put that in my case, which obviously does take up quite a bit of room. So it just gave me more room in my case for me and Reina's clothes and all the other stuff that I needed. And I didn't have to pay for another bag of luggage. So I thought that was quite a good little hack. And obviously I checked my backpack in at that point, so it just meant my hands were free. And then I went on I had to pack the pram down at the gate, which they then label for you and put underneath, and then you collect it on the other side. And then with your hand luggage, I just had the nappy bag, which was like Reina's nappy stuff. And then I had this separate bag of shopping, which had like formula and stuff in it. So I thought that was quite a good little hack. Maybe you guys know about it already, but I didn't, and I thought it was like super helpful and just meant I had less to carry until I checked my bag in. Apartment that we booked. So this is the kitchen. I booked an apartment because I'm obviously sterilising all the bottles and milk and things like that. So yeah, I need a microwave and kettle and everything, and fridge. It's a really nice big apartment. And then we've got a nice living room here. And I'll show you the balcony. And that's the balcony here, looking out onto the pool. Our bedroom. I asked for a cot and they've provided one, so that was quite good. It's just like one less thing I have to carry. So our bedroom is in here. So yeah, really big bedroom. And that's a window there, but they've got the shutters down, which has kept it nice and cool. And that's Reina's little cot. And in here is the bathroom. Oh, just my elbow. Yeah, so all looking good. This is our first evening out in Villamora. So far it seems really nice. It's super flat and all like paved well, so it's handy for the pram, but Reina is a bit tired obviously after travelling today, so she's wanting some cuddles. So I've got her in the sling and I'm walking the pram along, but I'm kind of hoping she'll go to sleep in a bit and I can put her in the pram and enjoy a meal somewhere. But I don't want to venture too far tonight. I'm kind of tired myself, so yeah, I'm just gonna see what's nearby and looks good, but so far so good. arrived at Faro Airport, heading back for our flight home to Gatwick. We've got here and the check-in hasn't actually opened, so I'm just gonna go and use the bathroom on the land side. So I guess we can check out what the baby change facilities are like here, just so you can see it anyway. Sink, little bath change, baby change, and bin. This is the other side of security, so you've got all your usual culprits. You've got Burger King, Subway, Pizza Hut, you've got your Costa, and Irish pub, coffee shop, and obviously the duty-free stuff. Upstairs is an Irish pub garden, it's called, Mulligan's Garden, and that is basically got an outside smoking bit for smokers, and then there is like a little small area for kids to play. Reina's too little for that, but it'd be kind of good if you had slightly older children. There's even a PlayStation up there as well for even older kids, so that's quite good. I suppose it's not that big up there, so if it was kind of busy, that's why I kind of bailed and came back downstairs. Shop wise, you've got like a little Portuguese goods shop, your luggage shop, alley hop. Yeah, it's pretty decent. The baby changing on the, like once you're through security at Faro, so it's much bigger. No toilet for you, but sink. That is me and Reina back from our time in Portugal. We had a wonderful time, and travelling wise, I really didn't find it too stressful. I tried to make it as easy for myself as possible. I would say take as little luggage as you possibly can, just to make your hands as free as possible. Take your pram right up to the gate, you can do that, and it just makes things easier. And then put your baby in the sling to get them on and off the plane, and obviously to get back to the baggage collection to pick up your pram again, you'll need the sling. So that was good. Both at Gatwick and Faro Airport, they were definitely like looking out for people with small children and like ushering you to like the family queues. So on Gatwick on the way out, it was actually quicker to go through the normal security, but they take you through a side bit if you have a pram anyway, so that was quite good. And then on the way back into Gatwick, I went through the family queue and it was much quicker, and people are definitely like looking for you. And I had the same experience in Faro. All the queues, there was like family sections and people sort of wave you on. You get onto the plane first, both at Gatwick and at Faro, which I found helpful because you just take longer to get all the stuff out and up in the cabinet, and so it just makes it less stressful for you. I booked a private transfer in Faro. I will link the details in the description. The woman was fantastic, really good, and she provided the car seat, so it just meant I didn't have to travel with a car seat. The lady is like a British expat living in Portugal, so I found her really easy to communicate with, and she was super friendly and helpful. She was like happy to pick me up earlier if I was more comfortable with that, since I was traveling solo. She was very thoughtful and considerate. The accommodation that we booked, I will also link in the description. That was great. I booked an apartment because I needed all the microwave to sterilise Reina's bottles. Obviously you need a kitchen, but like I'm still expressing milk, so I had to keep all of that in the fridge, and I obviously needed to wash up the bottles somewhere, so an apartment was like a must for me. And it was really nice in the mornings because obviously Reina gets up really early. I didn't necessarily want to go out straight away. It was nice to like sit on the balcony, like have a coffee, and the balcony was like really secure with a baby, so I would like put a little mat out for her in the morning and she'd have a play on the balcony while I had my coffee, and that was like a really nice part of my day. Swimming pool as well. There was like a massive kids pool, so loads of room for multiple kids to be playing in there at the same time, so I went in there with Reina. And Villa Moura as a resort was it's like definitely like a typical British tourist resort. There was like a few Portuguese places if you wanted that, but accessibility wise with the pram, 10 out of 10. It was very flat everywhere, like the roads and everything were like paved, but like they weren't bumpy or broken, you know, it was all really flat, so it was great to take your pram down all the way along the beach. There's like a boardwalk, so super accessible for people with prams, and I guess if you're in a wheelchair as well. And all the way along there's like a flat path, and then down to each section of sun loungers is a ramp as well. and all the way along the beaches, like little beach bars. Again, all of it accessible by ramps. The marina area is flat, and yeah, there's ramps everywhere basically, so it's great for prams. Everywhere was really good with like asking if you needed a high chair, if you needed any hot water for the baby, for food. Very family friendly and baby orientated. So I would recommend, if you're traveling solo and you want like it to be accessible with the pram, it's a good place to go. And it's not far from the airport. It was like 25 minutes because I wanted a short flight and a short transfer just to make things easy for myself. I hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like and subscribe so I can keep making these videos. Thank you for watching Raising Reina, and I'll see you on our next adventure.